Mr. Oluwaseun Olubuyide, I am going to unmute you right now. And I would like you to just speak some positive words of affirmation for the house, to everyone in the house. I am asking you to unmute so you can go ahead and speak some positive words of affirmation. And we're going to be doing this every day of this manifestation marathon. So let's do that. I have asked you to unmute. So I'm sorry I caught you unawares. So Mr. Oluwaseun, can you go ahead? Can you accept the request and
Yes.
okay,
yes.
please go ahead and just help us with some positive words of affirmation. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. It's a privilege. Thank you. And so for a few days now, I have these affirmations I've been using. Number one, it's basically on multiplication. Then another one that I put down, I think 2 days ago. I will read it out. Though it might be long, but yeah, I would like us to listen to it. So I break altars of limitation, and all who are trying to destroy me, destroy my businesses, will fade away. The most desolate part of my businesses, of my life, will soon be crowded with people and buyers. Enemies who have enslaved my businesses, who have oppressed my businesses, will fade away. Kings and queens will serve me and care for all my needs.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. And the same positive affirmation is hereby declared for everybody in the house. So we begin tonight officially. Like I said, we're going to begin with the yesterday's exercise, which is called soul and voice recognition exercise. Soul and voice recognition exercise. Like I said, the reason why this is very important is because a lot of us over the years, during the course of our lives, we have not engaged our soul. We were not taught or raised to interact with our soul, to have an intercourse with our soul, to the point where our soul becomes the messenger that goes on errands for us to places that we cannot go to. Because the body, your human institution, has limitations. But your soul can break through boundaries. Your soul can break through all forms of limitations and restrictions. But the power is in the practice. So if you have not been practicing these arts of engaging your soul, what happens and what has happened to a lot of us is that our soul is in a state of apathy and lethargy, in a state of passiveness. Your soul is the headquarters of your human institution. And we have that. Your soul is the headquarters of your human institution. Your soul of your human institution. So your soul is where the governing council is. The quality of your soul determines the quality of your life. It is so important that they say, what shall it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul, whether a man or a woman, what will it profit a man or a woman to gain the world and lose his or her soul? That's how important the soul is. And I am emphasizing this soul and voice recognition exercise because I know that this is one thing that can launch you into that realm of effortless manifestation, where your soul can recognize your voice by practice, by consistent engagement with your soul. Now, please understand that your soul pre-existed. The soul pre-existed your body. Anyone who is a fast, if you can type fast, you can just type these things in the comments. Your soul pre-existed your body. It simply means that before your body, there was your soul. So your soul was, in principle, waiting to inhabit your body. Your sensory organs are meant to be channels through which your soul expresses itself. Your ears, your eyes, your hand, your legs, your head, the strands of your hair, they are meant to be channels and portals, conduits through which your soul expresses itself to the human incarnate realm. That's how powerful and important your soul is. This is why everyone is trying to get. The battle is for your soul. That's what the battle is. The real battle is actually for your soul. It's not for your money. Because if you can be defeated at the soul level, in some contexts, it refers to as your spirit. If you can be defeated at that level, then what is the mind? Then you can be defeated in any other area of your life. That's how powerful your soul is. Why do you think that athletes, footballers, all the people that perform more like in the arena, why do you think they are paid so much? Because one of the ways the matrix, the ruling class, one of the ways they suck people's energy is through entertainment and sports. A team would perform better if their supporters, the spectators, come out en masse and they are screaming and shouting. The stadium is useless without supporters. Your soul is important. The world knows this. The problem is a lot of us don't know how important our soul is. And that's why we have allowed people to hijack that component of our soul. Everyone is trying to win your soul. And it is easier for them to win your soul if you have not engaged your soul. You don't practice. You don't send your soul on errands. You don't engage the angelic capacity that your soul has. You know, angels, like I said, in every religion, the presence of angels simply means that beings that can move faster than the speed of light. They can break through walls. Nothing is a barricade for them. No boundaries, no limitations, no restrictions. They can break through the rocks. That is the characteristic of an angel. Now, your soul has that angelic capacity. Because for every human, it's been proven that there are beings that are assigned to you. Now, your soul knows how to engage them. Engage them in your favor. Engage them to serve you. And one of the ways to activate this process, to activate this system, is through your voice. Your soul must begin to recognize your voice. That's why this exercise is very important. It's very important. We're going to have a second exercise today, but it is important that we begin with this exercise, brothers and sisters. Let's take this very, very serious. Let's take this very serious. Now, we're going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. The beauty of yesterday's exercise is the fact that it introduces us to one of the most important laws of the universe. It is a scientifically proven law. So yesterday we talked about the idea of intention. And then we have repetition must follow your intention, right? And this is the law of repetition. The law in this age of this microwave age of multitasking, people find it very hard to engage the law of repetition because people want to do 10 things at the same time. And engaging in different things at the same time robs us of the ability to engage the law of repetition. Saying the same thing over and over again, doing the same thing over and over again until it gathers flesh, until it becomes something that can manifest itself in the material realm. It's called the law of reinforcement, right? The law of repetition. It says that repeating a thought, a word, or an action makes it more powerful. That's what it is. So saying it once is still a potential energy. But when you repeat, you are reinforcing. You know, for people who build, there is a stage in construction that they call reinforcement. You reinforce. It means that you add more solidified elements to the construction, to the edifice. So you are reinforcing it because you need it to be so strong that it can carry and hold anything. And you don't do that once. If you did one thing before reinforcement, during reinforcement, you must repeat that like 1,000 times. So the law of reinforcement, which is also the law of repetition, states that repeating a thought, a word, or an action makes it more powerful, right? It makes it more powerful. And that's what you have in the exercise. You are repeating something 18 times, right? For 18 nights. Imagine how powerful that is. So what that means is you are, every suggestion that you act upon creates less opposition to successive suggestions. So you say it once, you say it the second time, the third time. The more you say it, the less opposition the successive suggestion has. So you speak it now, you speak a word now, there are oppositions. Then you speak it again. It lessens the opposition, and then you speak it again. And then it lessens, the oppositions begin to fade away, and your word begins to gain momentum to the point where opposition ceases to it. That's the power of repetition. You are reinforcing, you are enforcing and reinforcing what you have said. This is why the law of repetition is not for people who give up easy. You know, some people give up easy. You keep saying what you want to see. This is what I want to see, and you don't stop at it. You repeat it. That's why the soul and voice recognition exercise cannot fail, brothers and sisters. It can't fail. You are saying something 18 times for 18 nights. Come on, man. And you listen to it overnight. You know how many times you're going to play overnight? Maybe like 5, 6, 7 hours. It plays overnight. What you have done is you have built momentum. You have built an edifice in this quantum field that will be seen and people can touch and feel. In psychology, what is repetition? Let's look at that. Repetition compulsion in psychology is a psychological phenomenon in which a person repeats an event. You repeat an event. The characters and circumstances over and over again, you repeat the event. There are people in the school, in the esoteric community, who have used this law to bring back a past pleasant event, and they repeated it in the present time. I did it in March. Hebrew knows about it. I repeated a pattern for a business deal that happened in 2015. I brought it back into 2024 rather, in March. And I kept repeating the patterns. The same people, fortunately for me, the same people were still alive. The same location. And I sold a property in the same location, working with the same people by the law of repetition. It is the compulsion. You are making it compulsory. It is a psychological phenomenon in which a person repeats an event. The characters, the circumstances, over and over again. The people who attended the March Business Mastermind, I spoke to them about this. This is something you can use because, listen, if you are going through hell right now, I don't want to believe that there was never a time in your life that you did not go through paradise, that you were not in a paradise. I don't believe that. There was a time that things were actually rosy. There was a time you were manifesting so much result, even you were asking yourself, I hope I am not in something I'm not sure of. You can use the law of repetitive compulsion to repeat the patterns, the people, the places, the timing. That event. That's how powerful this law is. And you repeat it over and over and over again. It is the reenacting of the event. You put yourself in situations where the event is likely to happen or where it has happened before. And you repeat that process. Keep repeating that process till you get your desired result. I remember another story. I think it was also in 2015. It was about the time that I closed the deal that I repeated now. Now, what happened in 2015 was, and I've told this story to some people before, a friend of mine wanted to do his wedding. And this is a guy that he was very good to me. And he was like, you need to be a part of this. And I needed to contribute money, pay for flights, help some other people, and do a lot of things. And the money was not available physically at that point. And I used the law of reinforcement. The law of reinforcement. Now, one of the things you do with this is no matter how rough your situation is at the moment, there were times in your life when you had good times. There were times in your life where things were rosy. No matter how, short that period was, you can go back and feel that feeling and bring it into the present and build on that. It becomes a foundation on which you build the feelings that you need to feel in the moment. And that's what I did. I simply told myself, if I closed a deal and I made millions before, I can do it again. And this was around November. And the guy's wedding was in January. I didn't know what to do. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. When they co-released the song that period, I'm trying to remember the song. I want more mommy. Baby, kolo, kolo. Iskaba, iskelebete, iskoloboto. Because that period, all the weddings I saw on social media, they were playing that song. So I downloaded the song and said, every night, I am going to listen to this music and dance in my room as if I was dancing at the guy's reception. I would play that song and sweat and imagine myself wearing the wedding suit. Imagine myself wearing the wedding traditional clothing. Imagine myself seeing the people I knew were coming, engaging them and activating the law of repetition. And that was what I did. Every night I kept doing it. Every night I kept doing it. And boom, something happened. A solution came and money came. And I attended that wedding. When I was spraying my friend money in January, right? His name is Monday, but he's in Canada now. When I was spraying him money, I was asking myself, wow, this actually works. This actually works. The hotel room where we stayed, I actually paid for like 5 people's rooms. But before then, it was almost like I wasn't going to make that wedding. The law of reinforcement. You design a plan and you reinforce it. You repeat it over and over. Manifestation is not for people who give up easily. It is for people who are ready to recreate positive patterns from the past for present solution. Recreating positive patterns from the past for present solution. What were the things I was doing that was commanding result for me? When people tell me my life the way it is, I don't know what's happening, no result, nothing is working. What I asked them was, has there ever been a time in your life that things work? And like, yes, go back to that time. What were the things you were doing? What were your rituals and routines? What were your activities? What were the things you cared about? There is a secret. There is a key. There are keys in those things. That's how powerful the law of repetition is. Reinforcement. The law of intention. Let's go there. The law of intention. Yesterday we talked about manifestation in Islam, and we said intention in Islam is more important than the deeds, than the action. Intention is more important. And in biblical terms, the intent of your heart, God can see the intent of your heart. And this is the conflict here right now, where you see people who, the actions that they take, they are directly opposite their intention. There is a conflict between what they are saying and what they are doing. This year is my year. This year I am making 100 million naira. And then the same person goes to the market and they say, things are just too expensive. There is no money anywhere. So what they are saying contradicts their actions, because words sometimes are also actions. The law of intention. What are your intentions? The law of intentions. You know, life must be lived intentionally. A lot of people don't. They are just getting by. It is the law of desire. One of the people that I would suggest that we all try and look for his material is Deepak Chopra. I'm sure some of you know him. Deepak Chopra. Let me write the name here. Try and look for some of his material. Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra is the one that developed this concept of the law of intention, the law of desire. It's a spiritual concept. This law states that inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. So every intention and desire carries the seed of its fulfillment. And this is why your desires are legitimate. The fact that you desire something is proof that it is available to you in your spiritual warehouse. Your desires are legitimate because inherent in every of your intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. It carries within itself the mechanics for its fulfillment. Every problem carries the solution. The reason there is a problem is because there is a solution. Every need carries its supply. The reason there is a need is because there is a supply waiting to happen. So supplies come in the shape and the form of a need. Because supply would never manifest itself if there is no need. Healing won't manifest if there is no sickness. So when you see sickness, it's because, oh, wow, there is healing wrapped up in this sickness. There is abundance wrapped up in this scarcity. Because every desire and intentions carry within itself the mechanics for its fulfillment. When you focus your thoughts and your intentions on a specific outcome or goal, you are more likely to achieve it. We said that yesterday. You are more likely to achieve it. Because what happens to you is that there will be a determination to act in a certain way. You will reach a resolve to begin to behave a certain way, in a certain way that is compatible with your desire. That's what happens. If the desire is real and it's not wishy-washy daydream. Now, there is a science-based approach. We must change our mindsets. I talked about that yesterday, and I spoke about it at length 2 days ago on TikTok. You must change the way your mind thinks. Mindset. That's what it is. You must change the setting of your mind. You must reset your mind. You must repent, have a change of mind. A lot of us, what we need to do first is to reset our mind. You must have a change of mind. And when you reset your mind, what happens is you change your approach. When your mind resets, something happens to your approach, your attitude, your beliefs about life, because nobody can behave better than their belief. Nobody can behave better than their belief. You are at best as your belief. Because what you believe is what you become. We went to get some things for the house today, and I was telling Ibro about a man that came. We wanted to buy something. And the man came, and there were cartons of spaghetti. And the seller asked him, "Are you buying the carton?" And the man's response was, "Who tell you say I no be this one I dey buy now? Single one I won't buy you." And I called Ibro, I said, "You see that man? This is the same man that probably every Sunday or Friday is shouting to God, 'I am blessed. This year is my year.' But do you see, his reflex is scarcity. He does not believe that he is worthy of buying the carton. He can only buy single spaghetti. So when the offer was presented to him, he resisted it, because you can't behave better than your belief. And your beliefs are shown in your actions. I am a wealthy person. I live in abundance. When it is time for you to prove it in the face of scarcity, because even if you cannot afford the carton of spaghetti at the moment, that shouldn't be the reflex was, no, not be me, I know they buy that one. I just one, I won't buy. It is when you change your mind that you begin to believe in your efforts. When your mind is not, your mindset is not transformed, you don't have confidence in your efforts. Now, the confidence you have in your efforts is what fertilizes the seed, because your efforts are seed that you are sowing. But if you don't have a mindset that is right, you can never fertilize the seed of your efforts. There's a difference, abundance and scarcity mindset. Abundance and scarcity mindset. Now, write this in your exercise book. The only law is supply. Scarcity, only natural law. Only is supply. It's not natural. Supply is a natural law. Scarcity is artificial, guys. Supply is a natural law. Scarcity is artificial. Trees don't beg to grow, right? We have trees on our streets. They have never knocked on my door. Please, I can't grow. Mr. Femi, help me to grow. Dogs, birds don't beg to feed. They don't beg humans. We are of a higher intelligence, and yet these lower animals don't beg us to feed, right? Because they live by the law of supply, which is a natural law. Scarcity is artificial. This is why people have tried several times in my life. So someone told me, said, the way you spend money when I'm with you, I go to fear for you. Why don't you have like somebody, or maybe every time you spend money in the night, you write down what you spend. I say, if I do it, I'll have hypertension. And I'm not saying you should be a waster and not be accountable for it. But what I am saying is, when you have a mindset of scarcity, what happens is you are stuck in that place, and you will not be able to access the abundance that is available, because supply is a natural law, scarcity is artificial. And when you focus too much on scarcity, you will not focus on your desire, you focus on your lack. And people who focus on their lack, what happens to them is they can't see the provisions that are available. Even when there is provision, they can't see it. They can't see it because they are only focused on the lack. Even when there is a way, they can't see the way because they are focused on that. Your desires are legitimate. When you desire something, it is proof that what you desire exists for you here and now in your metaphysical or spiritual warehouse. It is available for you here. The proof that your desires exist is because you exist. Now, how do you place the order? How do you place the order? Because a lot of people, the reason why you don't have it is because you are not placing the order. Or you are not placing the order correctly. Or you are filling the order form and putting someone else's address, wrong address. I place the order for my car. I place the order for my house. I place the order because the fact that I desire it is proof that it is available for me. So therefore, it is legitimate. It is a legitimate desire. But how do you place that order? When you order something from Jumia, the reason you are ordering it, even though you have not seen it in the physical realm, is because Jumia is showing it to you in their e-commerce virtual storehouse, and you are seeing it. So you have confidence that, okay, they have it. And you pay with your card for something you cannot feel or touch physically. Because you have confidence in Jumia that they have a store that is safe. And that thing is there for you, and you fill in your information, and you pay for it. Right? The same way there is a storehouse for you. You are meant to place the order. And now a lot of people, there are many times you want to buy something on Jumia, all of this, Amazon and all that. And when you get there, okay, I think that thing will not cost more than $50. And then you get to Amazon and you open Amazon. Amazon shows you $200. Say, no, I'm not buying it. You cancel the order. Now, when you leave that page and you don't go further, on seller.com, what they send us is a transaction was canceled. Something like that. Now, because you doubt, fear. No, I have only $50. I cannot afford $200. This is the same thing happening to a lot of us. You place the order for your desire, and then something tells you this thing is too big, and then you cancel the order. You are looking for something smaller than that. Now, every time you cancel the order, when you come back, you have to start. Now, there are some people who they place the order, and after placing the order, they don't put the correct information. Maybe they miss something or something, and their good is delivered at the wrong address. That's why some people, their husband or wife has been delivered to someone else. Because when they were filling the form, when they were placing their order, they were not focused. Doubt this. Will they send it to me? Will they not send it to me? Now, the reason you have confidence in Jumia to deliver your product is because you are paying them. Now, you pay with your conviction. I am convinced that this is mine. And my conviction is my desire because my desire is legitimate. It is the exchange. The fact that I desire it means that it is available for me. So based on that legal tender, that currency, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it. Now, this is very important. A mindful mindset means that you must be aware, you must be open, you must accept circumstances, people, events as they are. Accept things and say, you cannot order on Jumia without money and expect it to be delivered to your house. There are some products that you pay on delivery. There are some that you must pay. So Jumia will not say, This person looks like a good person. They are very generous. They pray a lot. So, but since they are like this, for this product on our website, you pay before delivery. Let's just change the system. The universe doesn't work that way. You must see things and people and the world the way it is, not the way you expect it to be. Now, listen, what is currently is. You cannot change it. What is. You are 45 years old, not married. That is it. What is. You cannot change what already is. What you can change is what will be. Now, you want to marry, okay. What will be in 1-2 years? You can change that. You can't change what is at the moment. And you can change that to a positive mindset, focusing only on the good and the beauty in everything. Focusing only on the good and the beauty in everything. In December, I was in Kampala. So I visited the biggest temple of a religion called the Baha'i Faith. I don't know if you've heard about the Baha'i Faith. The Baha'i Faith. Where is the marker? It's called the Baha'is. You can do a research on them. It's an amazing religion. Baha'i Faith. That's what they are called. They judge nothing. They criticize nothing. They see the beauty in everything. That's it. That's what they are. They focus only on the beauty. Only. That's it. They focus only on the beauty of religion, of people, of the human race. And that's what. And the more they focus on that aspect, the more they magnify it. Because where attention goes, that's what happens. Where energy goes, power flows. And one of their cardinal beliefs is you think good, you speak good, and you see good. Know what it is? I'll type that in the comment section. Think good, speak good, and see good. That's what they believe. That as long as you keep thinking good and you keep speaking good, you are definitely going to see good. Think good, speak good, and see good. This is called the higher life, the higher law of potential. Higher law of, there are people right now that you cannot convince them that there are evil and bad things happening. They don't live in that realm. It is the higher law of potential, where you think good, you speak good, and you see good. I know someone, right? He is so positive that he cannot say a road is bad. So, why can't you just admit the road to this place is bad? No, he can't say it's bad. It's a road. Because he has built, and this is someone driving a 40+ million naira car. And he is driving his car, and you are telling, this road is bad. No, don't say the road is bad. It's a road. Because he has mastered the art of just thinking good, speaking good. And the moment you combine those two, the only thing you will see is good. Even when everyone is saying not good. Think good, speak good, see good. The Baha'i Faith, that's one of their cardinal beliefs. It is a place of no ego and no judgment. Because authentic spirituality is a place of no ego and no judgment. A puffed up ego, grandiose shoulders, shoulder pad is not a spiritual life. Where we want to judge everything because it does not tally with our belief system, that is not spirituality. There is no goodness or godliness in that. Because authentic spirituality is a place of no ego. Now, in your exercise, write this. What are my goals for the remaining part of this year? You don't have to answer that now, but what are my goals for the remaining months in the year 2024? What are my goals? Because you must have specific, I've talked about this yesterday, specific, crystal clear goals. And when we define the first square of your desire, what I said was there must be specific affirmations, right, for the different categories specific affirmation for the different categories of your desire. Said your spiritual life, which is paramount, because this deals with your soul. Your health life, your money and material life. Then you have your love life. There must be specific affirmations for these 4 different categories. Yes. Now, any affirmation that is not followed up with declaration is not effective. And that's why you write it down first, the logos, and then you speak it, the rhema. The written word must become the spoken word. Now, every holy book you have seen, God, as almighty as he is, said, I have spoken my word to this people. But they need to write it. So the dualization of the inspired word is that it must be written and spoken. So every affirmation that is not followed up with declaration is a joke. Is a joke. So there must be specific. You must break them down into specification. Specifically for your spiritual life, what do you want to see in the remaining part of 2020? What do you want to see? For your health life, for your money life, for your love life, what do you want to see? And you know how we write our affirmations. It begins with thanksgiving and gratitude. Now, it is under this affirmation that you now begin to break things down. My car is under Accord 2024. Color this, color that. You break it down. My house is this and that. You break down your love life, my biological family, my romantic life, my marriage, my this. You break down your health life. But there must be specific affirmations for this. So you need only 4 affirmations. And you know why you are doing this? Because success must be planned. You must plan your way to success. When people tell me what they want to do, I'm like, so what is the plan? Success must be planned. And the first step to planning your success is this. The first square, your desire. You must be specific, number 1. It must be meaningful, number 2. It must be achievable, number 3. There are some things you will say right now, and even you know you can't achieve them. I hope you know that. Like someone saying, like Ebro now standing up and saying, before the end of this year, I must make 7 billion. It is not reasonable. It is not reasonable. As much as people like to paint it like, yeah, all things are possible, but it must be within the confines of what your heart at the moment can carry. So it has nothing to do with limitation. If you don't want to end the year chasing shadows, you must ensure that your desires are specific, but they are also meaningful. It's like saying, by the end of this year, I'm going to be the president of Nigeria. It is stupid. That's not a desire. That's an illegal, meaningless desire. It's not achievable. So, and some people's desire is like that. The way they paint their desire is like, what are you saying? It must be realistic. It must be trackable. So as you engage in these exercises, you are tracking your progress. You are tracking. This is why you need your vision journal. You need your power cycle journal. You need your exercise journal. You must have a lot of journals, not just one. Sisters. Now, let's look at some manifestation techniques. A lot of people here, I'm sure you know some of these techniques. Some of us don't know them. The first one is journaling. Journaling it involves your energy. This is why I tell people, I love technology and the advancement. But nothing can take the place of traditional writing. Matter of fact, nothing should take the place of traditional writing. When you use your hand to write something down in a journal, you know what you're doing? You are sealing it. That's what you're doing. You are sealing. One of the things that they used to do was that after everything is spoken, it is written and sealed. So your seal is what you write in your journal. That's how powerful journaling is. Journaling. How many people engage in the practice of journaling? I can show you my journal in 19 year 2000. I keep them journaling. Now, when you want to engage in journaling, there are some things that are very important. You must know why. You must know what. You must know who. And you must know how. Number one, why? Why are you journaling? Why are you doing it? What are you writing about? How are you going to achieve it? When are you? Who are the people you need to align, synergize with? When you are journaling for your desire, this is very important. It's traditional writing. It's not an iPad. It's not on your phone. You must get a paper. Get a pen and use it with your hand. Traditional writing. Why? What? How? When? Who? Now, another thing that you must always put into consideration. What is not working? Now, when you sit down and you do an assessment of your life, one of the things you must ask yourself is, what is working in my life right now? Asset assessment, liability assessment. What is not working? Now, what is working? This must be the beginning of your journal. What is working? What do I have? What do I not have? What do I not have? Who can I align with that would help me have what I don't have at the moment? These are the kind of questions. Journaling is more or less like you are interacting with yourself. Is a beautiful way for self-examination, because you are asking yourself questions and you are answering those questions by yourself. What were the goals I had in January? What are the goals I have achieved? Which ones have I not achieved? Revision. You are revising your goals. This is the beauty of journaling. Another information that you need to have in your journal is short-term, long-term plan. What are my short-term plans? What are my long-term plans? Where do I want to see myself? See, I have journaled so much that every last day of the month, before I cross into a new month, I go to my journal, I start writing again. Because small steps lead to great victory. So what are my short-term goals? Where do I see myself between now and the end of 2024? That's a short-term goal. Where do I see myself in 5 to 10 years? That's a long-term goal. All these informations are meant to be part and parcel of your journal, your vision journal. Vision journal. Now, when you are able to answer all these questions, you're able to ask yourself and answer these questions, then you'll be able to master the art of consciously creating what you desire, because now you know what you don't have. You know what you have. You know what is working. You know what is not working. You have revised your goals. You know why you need that thing. You know what you need. You know how. You have devised a plan on how do I need to get it. The actions I need to develop. The attitude and habit that I need to drop, and the attitude and habit I need to imbibe. When do I want to get it? Who do I need to become to get it? Who do I need to partner with to get my desire? Because manifestation is the art of consciously creating what you desire. You are consciously creating it. And the moment you start asking important questions like this, you have activated your journey to consciousness. Because the law of attraction, like I said yesterday, attract what you want. There's no responsibility in that. But manifestation says, become and attract what you are. Become and attract what you are. Now, let's look at something very important. Energy, vibration, and frequency. Everyone is talking about this these days. Everybody, everywhere you go, everyone is talking about energy, vibration, and frequency, right? Now, let's look at it. And everything is energy. Everything is an energy field vibrating a frequency. Everything is an energy field vibrating a frequency. Can we write that in the comment section? Everything is an energy field vibrating a frequency. That's what everything is. You are an energy field, I am an energy field. We're all vibrating different frequencies. And you only magnetize similar frequencies. This is a quantum field. We are in a quantum field, guys. This marker is vibrating a frequency. Ibro is vibrating a frequency, right? Even though he's seated there, but there is nothing, you know, what's his name? Terrence Howard said something I've always said. He said, there is nothing is static in this field. Everything is vibrating. Everything is moving. Everything is energy vibrating a frequency. Everything. Everything. And this is why we always say, during your power cycle, you must shake things around you in your space. Tables that have been in a particular place for 5 months and have not moved, shake them a bit. Because everything is meant to be moving. Everything is meant to vibrate what? To vibrate a frequency. So you attract or you manifest the frequency you are vibrating. You attract what you are, not what you want. People hardly want to hear this. They hardly want to hear this. How did I attract this loser of a man? Check yourself. You just maybe didn't know it. There is a loser somewhere hidden in you that you were hiding something. How did I attract this kind of woman? How can I attract a woman? Check yourself. Somewhere in you, there are some attributes in that woman that you have in you, because you attract the frequency you are vibrating. This is a law of the universe. You attract the frequency. When they say what you are looking for is looking for you, first and foremost, I hope you are not a charlatan, because a charlatan will find you. What you are looking for is looking for you. I hope you're not a thief, because it is a thief. You know, Timaya was in an interview and he said something very, very stupid. And they asked him, they said, can you date a Nigerian girl? And he said, hell no. And they asked him, why? And he said, relationship in Nigeria is like police and thief. That is his own narrative. I don't know about that. But it's like police and thief. Everybody is suspecting everybody. Is he cheating on me? Is he lying to me? Is it? Because people are vibrating very, very negative frequencies. And then they are attracting similar people vibrating similar frequencies, and they both come together. And a relation that is meant to be about love and peace and growth, there is calamity and chaos. And they are wondering what is happening. Somehow you need to do a frequency assessment. Frequency assessment. Many of us need that. Monitor your feelings per day. Monitor your beliefs about the different areas of life. Monitor your approach, your mentality, your mindset. Monitor them, assess them. It will help you to understand why you are attracting the kind of people you're attracting. Because based on energy, vibration, and frequency, You only attract, the frequency you are vibrating. And you know how interesting this is? You may not be a drug addict, but there is an addiction. So maybe you are addicted to something else, and then you go into a relationship with somebody who is addicted to something else. I can never imagine in my life I am going to end up with an addict. But you also have an addiction. It's just different from the addiction of that person, because you only attract the frequency that you have. So the goal is to be in alignment with the source, the God force in you. Because manifestation is being in alignment with the source, God in this case. General term, God. Manifestation is being in alignment with the source. And God is the source, and you are the source of service. Everything external to you are tools. People are running helter-skelter because they want something else outside them to be their source. You are the eternal and the internal source. You are the eternal source. Because God lives in you. Eternity is in your heart. You are the eternal source. Everything. See, when you understand this, you'll be able to write proper affirmations for declarations. Like you see, the brother that led the affirmation when we started, you saw the way he tailored this affirmation. There is no begging in the affirmation, no begging. It was authority, because he understands that he is the eternal source. Everything outside him are tools that he used for his ascension and his elevation. You are the eternal source. Everything outside you, they are tools. When you understand this, it helps you to design the right affirmations and declarations. Then you're able to start writing and speaking yourself into alignment with source, which is God. I am that I am. Every agent of frustration, one of the affirmations I made in the morning before I leave the house. Today, this week, every agent of frustration, delay, and problems, I move them out of my sphere of influence. I move them out of my sphere of influence. So I will not meet charlatans and fake people. I will not meet problematic individuals. So this affirmation is from a source that believes that they are an eternal source. You are the internal and the eternal source. And the more you do this, the more you become God-like, the God energy, because your original nature is to reflect the characteristics of God. Right? You are meant to, you were created in the image and the likeness of God. So if God is a creator, we're also a creator. If God is good, then everything that happens to you should be good. Even when it seems it is not good, you bring in the law of polarity, the law of dualism. Okay, now, it is not good in other people's face. You transmute it to something, you use it to serve you, because you are a God, the God force. The God force. The manifested realities of your adulthood, they are your responsibility. And in the psychology of manifestation, there is something called self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, listen to this. In Proverbs chapter 23, verse 18, it says, "For surely there is a later end, and your hope and expectation shall not be cut off." So your current situation is your expectation. As hard as it is for a lot of us to accept and believe, your present condition, you expected it, because your expectations cannot be cut off. You magnetized your expectation, because whatever your expectations are, they are going to be confirmed. Am I going to be lonely like this forever? That's your expectation. Because the process and the law of the magnetic will magnetize you with your dominant expectation. That's what's going to happen. It will magnetize you with your dominant expectation. And that takes us to the law of polarity. We are dealing with some of the laws of the universe. The law of, let's do that. The law of polarity. What? Yeah? Yeah, change it. The law of polarity. The law of polarity is a principle that states that everything in the universe has an opposite or a dual nature. Everything. Now, assignment. Study the laws of the universe. This is very important. Go and study the laws of the universe. This is an assignment. Because during your 45 minutes private session with me, I'm going to ask a lot of questions about all the assignments that we have been giving you. And one of the important laws of the universe is the law of polarity. Everything in the universe has an opposite or a dual nature, because this is necessary for balance, for harmony in the universe. Everything has a dual and equal opposite. So with every failure, there is a possibility for success. With every failure, when you see failure in your life, there is a possibility for success in varying degrees. So you accept the different sides, the inevitables that life brings to you, but you also understand that, okay, there is another side to this story. Two people lost their job. Two people lost their job. One of them went home and was just with his wife, and he felt like his life was over. They were bankers, and this is a true life story. They were bankers, and one went home and he was just, he lost his confidence. His esteem was gone. And he just kept sleeping at home while the wife was working. The other one took his car and started doing boats. The first 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. And while doing both, he met somebody. And after meeting the person, you've worked here as a banker, you have this kind of experience in the financial market. No, there is something we are starting. Send your CV. Now, the one that did not respond to what happened to him positively, he is still in the house with his wife after 3 years. The one that responded because he understood that this failure, there is something on the other side of this failure, is doing well in the financial market. So you choose what you create, because what you create what you resonate, right? You choose what you create because you create what you resonate. So what you are resonating is what you are creating. So you're creating, well, you are resonating it because you created it, right? The knowledge must enter inside us first. Then we will now understand what we know. And then there will be wisdom, which is the action word. That's the way it is. If not, it's going to be from one Shege Pro Max to another. That's why this knowledge-based technique is very important. The law of resonance. It is a principle that states that the frequency of your thoughts, this is very powerful. Listen, the frequency of your thoughts, your emotions, and experiences will attract similar frequencies in the outside world. That's what the law of resonance is. What you resonate is what you create. Now, the law of resonance, I'll repeat that, is a principle that states that the frequency of your thoughts, emotions, and experiences would attract similar things in the outside world, vibrating at the same frequency. So your cosmic universe, the universe that is inside you, will attract the events and the activities, the things taking place here, will attract similar frequency in the macrocosmic universe, which is outside you. So if all you are interested in are people who are always complaining about how, everybody is is dying of hunger in your microcosmic universe. Oh, there are over 4 billion other people in the microcosmic who also think like that. So you keep attracting them. If you don't master how to communicate with the possibilities in your microcosmic universe, you are going to keep attracting the impossibilities in the macrocosmic. How come I am attracting charlatans as friends? Because that is what you have in the cosmic universe. The law of resonance is based on the scientific principle that everything in the universe is made of energy and vibrations. So when two objects have the same or similar vibrational frequency, they will naturally attract each other. So you have like attracts like. They will naturally, when they have the same frequency. Now, look at your life. One of the things you have to do during these 18 days is to take an inventory of your relationship. Who are the people in my inner cosmos? What is their lifestyle? Because listen, that is a reflection of who you are, whether you accept it or not. That is a reflection of who you are. This is a law of the universe, not my opinion. That is so, and when you are able to use them as the mirror, wow, this is the frequency I'm vibrating. And then you can change that. Because when two objects have the same or similar vibrational frequency, they will naturally attract each other. Naturally attract each other. It is quantum physics. Quantum physics says that, there are different schools of thoughts to this. We think over 15,000 thoughts a day. Another one says we think over 6,000 thoughts every day. Another one says we think over 60,000 thoughts every day. But the interesting thing about this is that they are repetitive. Your thoughts are repetitive. Have you noticed that? Your thinking about every situation is repetitive. You are repeating the same thing over and over again, adding flesh and liver and kidney and legs to a gutter mindset until it grows wings and it flies. And you're like, why is this happening to me? Because you repeat your thoughts. You are repeating your thoughts every day. No money, your words, you are repetitive. No money anywhere. This Tinubu government, everybody is suffering. Nobody has food. And when you go to the market to buy food, you are buying food with money. I say, no, and you see crowd, people park their cars. Where we buy food for the house, somewhere, a market here, when you go to the market every Friday, all manner of cars, and some people will still go there and say, nobody is buying anything in Nigeria. And those words and thoughts, they are repetitive. They are repetitive. Every thought that you think, especially before you sleep, and this is why I said that this exercise is something you must do before you sleep. You know why? Because all your thoughts during the day, they come back to you before you sleep. They come back to you before you sleep. So the thing that you think about in the night is very important. Your soul takes it, because that's like the wrapping up of your day. The law of neutrality. The law of neutrality. I was saying to some people, I said, the reason why a lot of people left religion is because they thought that there are too many laws in religion, too many rules and regulations. So let me live religion so I can be lawless. What they don't know is that spirituality would introduce you to more laws. So a lot of people, these days I find myself telling some people, you better go back to church and go back to this and stop fooling yourself. Because life is lived by laws. Everything is based on laws. Everything is based on laws. So thinking that, oh, I don't want to be a Christian, I don't want to be a Muslim, so I can live any I want to live, is a fallacy. Is delusional fallacy. Because you must live based on laws. All the laws of the universe are there for you to live by. The law of neutrality. A lot of circumstances are neutral. I hope you know that. They are neither negative nor positive. A lot of the things that happen to you or that are happening to you, they are neutral. They are neither negative nor positive. You sneeze right now. It is neutral. They are neither negative nor positive. But then you're like, this sneeze I just did now is a different kind of sneeze. This sneezing sounds like that sneezing that people were sneezing during COVID. I hope I don't have. Why am I feeling this thing, this tingling in? I hope it's not cancer. But the law of neutrality states that a lot of circumstances are neutral. They are neither negative nor positive. But because we are reactional people, we don't respond, we react. So it is not what happens, it is how you respond to it. So you can turn a stone in your life to a mountain because of the way you reacted to it. How can I had 100,000 naira last week, and now I have 10,000. From a neutral perspective, you actually spent that money on some things. Something is taking my money from my bank account. There is a wish. So they have sent some people, they are going to my bank. So now you are magnifying something that is not real, something that is neutral. Naturally, you know, the people who engage in this thing mostly are people, they really don't have so much in their bank account. So the law, so the conditioning of scarcity, how did I spend that 10,000? You spent it. It's neutral. There's nothing to react to. You spent it. No, it's not normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. This headache I'm having is like the headache my great-great-grandfather had. So they now make, you know, a mole out of a mountain. A mountain out of a mole, rather. Because they refuse to just understand that a lot of the circumstances in your life are actually neutral. They are neither negative. It is your response to them that makes them negative or positive. So it is not what happens to you. It is how you respond to it. It is how you respond to it. Now let's go to this. Prime, because when you discover that your life is always zigzag, you react, you don't respond, there's a lot of confusion. It has to do with your prime energy. You know, this is why we say grand rising. We don't say good morning, we say grand rising, right? Grand rising is a statement of warriors. Basically, you are welcoming me to a brand new day that offers me victory. Welcome to a brand new day that offers you victory. So if you expect your day, your life, your relationship, your money to be terrible, you are more likely to do things that will make that day terrible. I hope you know that. If you don't understand the law of neutrality, that sometimes when you wake up in the morning and something funny happens, it is neither negative nor positive. Because you are the internal and the eternal source, your response will determine the outcome of that seemingly ugly situation. So when you don't understand this law, you are more likely to see neutral things as terrible. Everything neutral is terrible. And when you do that, you're going to start feeding a cycle of negative. You start feeding a cycle of negative emotion. That's what happens to people. And when you start feeding that negative cycle of negative emotions, what happens? You start manifesting the exact emotions that you expected, because you don't understand the law of neutrality. You don't understand the law of neutrality. Now the exercise. I'm sure you have done this already. But let me remind you, you should write down what you want to manifest in the next 6 months. This is very important. Write it down in your vision journal. I've told you about the 4 square of your desire. Right? If you haven't done that, don't wait until, let me just listen to these things. Maybe after the 18 days, I'll write them down. No, write them down in your journal. What you want to manifest between now and the end of 2024. Be specific. Be specific about these things. Be specific about them. Be specific. Now we're going to do something. It's called, I'm sure a lot of you know about it. It's called a vision board. Right. I don't know if you can show. Can they see the screen here? Can we show? Can you search on YouTube for an image of a vision board? Some of the materials that we said that you should get, they are meant for your vision board. I need those sticky notes. They are meant for your vision board. Now, these are the steps. First, when you want to do your vision board, this is very important. Vision board. You write down in your journal. Write down in your journal what you want to manifest with a timeline. In 6 months, this is what I want to manifest. In the first square of your desire. No, just bring down the first square. I'm going to use this as an example of a vision board. Write them down in your journal. Gain clarity. Don't be in a hurry, please. Let it be with your emotions and your feelings and your commitment, right? Gain clarity about them. Meditate on them. Speak them out. Imagine your dreams as reality. I want them to show you, an image of a vision board. Now, what is a vision board? A vision board is a collage of images put together as graphical representation of your desires or manifestation. Graphical representation of your desires, and your vision board must include you. You must be at the center of your vision board. We're going to do that. So wherever you are right now, you have your cardboard, put it before you, because you are going to, I want you to arrange what you want to see. The 4 square of your desire, right? The 4 square of your desire. And like I said, your vision board must include you. So in the middle is your human institution. What that simply means is, what kind of body do you want to have between now and the end of the year? What kind of body? We have somebody in this house now who is always, because currently, he is maybe you know the person, he is tall. But currently, he don't get any muscle. His chest is flat like this people. So he's working on building his body. So you must be at the center. The center of your vision board. Have we seen anyone to show? You must be, we can use Google, yeah. Check Google. You can check the browser and use Google to show. A vision board is a collage of images. Yeah. Look at this. This is a vision board. This is an example of a vision board. Now, one of the things you can do to your vision board is, don't just make it a cardboard. Build a frame. After you have done it, build a frame, put the cardboard. That's what a vision board is. And remember what I said, the 4 square, the 4 square. This is one of the easy ways, right? To have a vision. The 4 square, you see what the lady is doing? Because it is a collage of images. See, she has Oprah Winfrey picture on it. A collage of images put together as graphical representation of your desires or manifestation. Now, you put the image of yourself, go to a photo studio, right? And take a fantastic picture. If you're a woman, put your makeup on, your hair, like the way you want to look in your future. Look like that now. Dress up and take a picture. Standing, mostly, don't sit down. Stand in the picture and look nice. If you want to sit and have like a, what do you call that? A portrait, fine. But it should be a professionally taken picture. That should be in the middle. She'll be in the middle of your vision board. Because your vision board must include you. So you see what she's doing. So you see, manifestation has a lot to do with writing. See, people who don't like writing, sorry, you. This is writing, journaling, writing. Now, you can take that off. How do you create a vision board? Now let's go there. You must reflect on specific goals. Right? Reflect on specific goals. That's number one. You must reflect on specific goals. You must reflect on specific goals. You must reflect on specific goals. Number two, you must think about life's big questions, your legacy. What legacy? What do you want to be remembered for? Vision board is not for lily-livered lightweight. You must think about life's big questions. You must break down life's big questions. And that has to do with your legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? Do you want to live a life of legacy? Now, you can have as many as 3 vision boards. It doesn't have to be one. You know, right? You can have more than one vision board. But there must be a focus for each of them. Each vision board must have a focus. And then you decide on the design of your vision board. What is the design you want to have? You can decide to have a pyramid shape, a square shape, a circle shape, you know, a pentagon shape. Depends on you. You decide on the design of your vision board. The moment that is done, you start collecting images for your vision board. Sorry, we have another camera here, so that's why I'm looking at this place, looking at this place. You start collecting images for your vision board. Now, for instance, there are people I know who represent the picture of my future. I go to the internet, I print out their picture. Yeah? I put their picture beside my picture. Maybe there are 3 of them, it depends. They represent these 4 cardinal areas of my life. One person can represent this whole 4. 4 people can represent the 4 square of your desire. So it depends. I put their pictures with my pictures. So it means that we are now at the same level, technically. Now, in your spiritual life, what are your goals for your spiritual life? What do you want to see? There are pictures and images of that online. You go and print out those pictures and sit down. This is something you do for yourself. You trim them and cut them. Trim them and cut them. You want more joy. You want more spiritual fortitude. You want to live a prayer life. You can cut an image of somebody meditating. You want to meditate more. You want to study more. You want to do this more. You cut those images and you stick them here. That's what you stick them here. Pick one. What is that? If you have, what do you call them? A pin, just stick them. You want to meditate more, take an image of, someone who is meditating, put it here. You want to be more prayerful. You want to study more. You want to do this more and that more. You just put them. That is for your spiritual life. You go to your money life. You go to your health. How do I want to look in the next 6 months? There are many people on social media. They look like, they look like the picture of your future. You cut those images out and you stick them here. Then you go to your money life. What kind of car do I want? It's online. It exists. You take the picture and you stick it there. The car. What kind of house? You stick it there. This is money and material. What kind of places do I want to go on vacation? You go online. Take them. I want to travel to the US. Take an image of New York City. Put it here. I want to own a jewelry box that is worth like 30 million naira. Go to online, cut an image of that, print it out, put it in. Somebody will do this for you. And then you come to your love life. There are images of happy couples on social media. Images of happy couples, happy family. All that. You take them and you put them. Images of somebody getting married. A lady walking down the aisle and her father holding her, and you put it here. You collect the images for your vision board, right? The moment that is done, your vision board is ready. Now, you also have to collect inspirational words for your vision board. But it's always better that you write those inspirational words with your hand. This is why you need these sticky notes. So you write them. I need that pen. It's in my room on the table. When you have this, you write them down. Some words will come to you about these different areas of your life. Some words of affirmation. You write them down and then just pin them there. Don't cover any image. You stick them there. If it is a cardboard, you don't need a pen, right? I don't know if it will. You put it there. You put everything there. For your love life, you put inspirational words. There are inspirational words for your health. You put it there. It can be inspirational words by someone else, or use your hand to write it and pin it. Now you put your vision board together. Now, one of the key things here is you must put your vision board where you can see it every day. Where you can see it. Matter of fact, it should be around where you have your shrine or your altar or your sacred corner. People don't like when you call it shrine. So every day before you leave, you are seeing it. Now, what is happening is you are feeding it. You are seeing what you see is what you become. A place, put it in a place where you can see it every day. By the way, let me remind you, your vision journal, your exercise, your power cycle journal, your vision board are not things that you allow everybody to see. They are things that are sacred to you. It's for you, it's not for anybody. It's for you. So make sure as much as possible, they are kept from public eye. So you use your vision board to start visualize. One of the ways to visualize easily is your vision board. You focus on the first square of desire. You start visualizing. When you activate visualization, you notice that it becomes more or less like you are now curating the script of your life. So you are visualizing not just the process, but the results. Because now you have images that represent the picture of your future. I'm sure there are questions about this. Well, if there are questions, you can send them. You can send them to 08086,275. Now, tomorrow is Sunday, guys. Now that you already bought everything you need to get, you can take tomorrow morning or afternoon, for those of you who go to church, to put your vision board together. Put your vision board together. Because what is going to happen? All these laws are going to be applied on your vision board, especially the law of insistence. It doesn't have to look like it is going to happen. You must insist that it must happen the way you want it to happen and when you want it to happen. The law of insistence, that's what it is. The law of insistence. Now, manifestation must be powered by love. So don't go and cut another man's wife's picture or another woman's husband's picture and put it on as your own husband. You must stay rooted in your values. There must be patience and persistence. Because these are the driving force that helps us take the necessary action. So brothers and sisters, thoughts alone will not do it. You know, we told you that we are going to bombard you with exercises during this 18 days manifestation marathon. We're going to you haven't even seen exercises. We're going to bombard you with exercises. Thoughts alone will not do it. You must take action. Thought is the beginning, not the end. So you must own your thoughts. You must train your mind. Then your brain will start doing the work for you. That's what happens. When you own your thoughts, you train your mind, and then you take all these actions, your brain will switch to arranging and rearranging things. It will start tickling you on, oh, go to this place, call this person, do this, write this letter. Because your brain can't distinguish between real experiences and unreal experiences. So you have all these images here, and then your brain can't differentiate whether it is real or not in your life. But because you are seeing it every now and then, brothers and sisters, every now and then you are seeing it. Now, this is an exercise for tomorrow. There is an exercise that must begin from the 11th of June. As soon as you are done with this 18 night soul and voice recognition exercise, you are going to begin a 369 exercise. I told you that this is not going to be pampering. You are going to be hitting it hard until you start seeing the results. So this exercise I'm giving to you today is going to begin on the 11th of June to the 28th of June. It takes another 18 days for that. It is a 369 vortex. I use this 369 Nikola Tesla vortex to manifest a Honda Accord 2018. And I used the car for a while, and I didn't even put plate number in it. I used it for a while, I just sold it because I just wanted to prove a point that this 369 works. That's why you see, one of my most prized, this painting is more important to me than my car. This painting, the 369 painting. Because I got this painting in the beach around the Georgia area, and I had to pay some, I think $400 or so. I told the guy, do it for me now, I want to see it. The 369 vortex. One of the codes that Nikola Tesla was using was a 369 because he believed one of the strongest languages of the universe is a 369. In numerology, the 369 is the creation family. That's why if your life path is 3, 6, or 9, you are meant to be a creator. Natural creator, that's what you are. You should find it very easy because listen, it was later on in the triad in numerology, what we had was the mental triad and then the creation and manifestation. And the creation and manifestation triad was 369. It was later on that 2, 4, 8 was now made. So the 369 is not just a creation triad, it's also a manifestation because the moment you create it, you can manifest it. The moment you create it, you can manifest it. This exercise begins on the 11th of June. After this soul and voice, because after this 18 nights, your soul now has recognized your voice. See it, feel it, manifest it. See it, feel it, manifest it. You know, sometimes I just feel like when you have mastered these things to a certain level, right? You know what happens to you? You are no longer in the rat race. You know, I'm not competing with anybody because the reason I don't have something is because I don't want it. If I want it, have it. If I want it, I'm going to have it. If I decide, okay, I want to have this Mercedes-Benz 2024, I'm going to have it. Practice, see it, feel it, manifest it. Those days I was in the shithole. And I've always told this story. Coming back to Nigeria, I was hit by a tsunami of problem. It was problem, not problem. Trouble and problem is different from problem. This one is trouble plus problem. So it was problem. That's what it was. In a terrible place. All hope was lost. It was almost like, why is everything against me? And it was worse because you have enjoyed life and now you are suffering like this. It's quite different if you have never enjoyed life. Or you have enjoyed life and then you have to start hiding and be suffering alone and eating akara And me, my body is not used to suffering. So I'll go and eat all those akara, I'll fall sick for 4 days. I'll have fever. Why am I always having fever when I eat akara? They say the oil is not good for you. I say, child, suffering doesn't fit me. I'll eat all their pap, I'll start throwing up like somebody that wants to die. I was in, because 500 naira can be the money I need to eat breakfast for 3 days. Let me just manage this money. 150 in the morning, 3 days, that's 450. I have only 15 naira left. After you have drunk 100 dirhams coffee at Burj Khalifa. And it was that same period I started imagining and visualizing. And I used the 369 because at that point, the only thing I had left in my life was this painting and my clothing and my books. And that's the second exercise, but it begins on the 11th of June, like I said. Now, everything you have written down on your vision board, tomorrow you are going to make your vision board. You see, now you are creating your own pyramid. You see how you're doing now? You are now building your own, the pyramid of your life. Now your soul and voice recognition, bam, is there. Now you have your vision board, and now you are now going into your 369. It must work. Then you take your vision journal, where you have written this, and you recopy what you have written in other pages. That's why it should be quite voluminous. Now, what you're going to do from the 11th is this. If it's possible for you, kindly get an artwork of 369. If you can do it, get a painting. You can go online, maybe Google and then print it out, 369, paint it, frame it, just put it somewhere in your house. And you are going to rewrite your affirmation, your first square. Right? Every morning when you wake up, the first thing you are going to do is you are going to write. You're going to write your affirmation, spiritual life, 3 times in the morning. You are going to speak it into the atmosphere 3 times. First thing, 3 times in the 6 times midday. And that will be the last thing you do at night before you sleep. 9 times before you sleep. I am grateful and thankful that I have my American student visa to study in so university. If that is, in this case, what you are meant to do in this case is the most important desire, your first square. That's what you put forward in this 369. Yes, let's do it like that. The most important desire in your first square of desires, the most important one. We are using 369 to power it. So if it is your healing, if it is your relationship, if it is your student visa to the US, if it is your whatever it is, that is what you are using the 369 to power. I am so grateful and thankful, write it, that I earn 100 million naira. If that is the most important thing to you, you are going to wake up in the morning, you write it down 3 times in the morning, and you are saying it and writing it 3 times. 6 times midday and 9 times before you go to bed. And you do it for 18 days. From the 11th of June to the 28th of June. From the 11th of June to the 28th of June. That's what you do. See it, feel it, and then manifest it. See it, feel it, and then manifest it. That's what you are doing with the 369. Now, in closing today, I want you to write this in your exercise book because you have to think about these questions and answer yourself. What do you think are the stumbling blocks to your manifestation? What do you think are the stumbling blocks? Can you figure that out? Can you examine yourself? Can you examine yourself and figure out what you think are the stumbling blocks to your manifestation? Because when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Second question, what are you willing to do to overcome those stumbling blocks? What are you willing to do to overcome those stumbling blocks? First question, we've dealt with what do you want to manifest the most with the 369 exercise that begins on the 11th of June to the 28th of June. The second one is, what do you think are the stumbling blocks to your manifestation? Number 3, what are you willing to overcome? What are you willing to do to overcome these stumbling blocks? Now, the next question, what do you need to change about you? What do you need to change about you? What do I need to change about me? What do you need to change about you? The answers to these questions are going to come to you. Now, tomorrow at 2 p.m., I'm going to come live on Zoom again to do revision. You know, we didn't tell you we're going to do this. We like to under-promise and over-deliver. I want to give all of myself to this. So 2 p.m. tomorrow on Zoom, for the purpose of the exercises we have given so far, to revise them, you already have your answers. Awesome. To revise them, to look at the exercises, to help those who have not been able to, do what they are meant to do. 2 p.m. tomorrow on Zoom. And we're going to do that for every weekend during this 18 days manifestation marathon. So 2 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to come online. The first question is, what do you think are the stumbling blocks to your manifestation? What do you think are the stumbling blocks to your manifestation? Now, the power of 369 is such that, 3 is the number of creation, the Trinity number. 6 is the nurturer. It nurtures what is being created in the metrics of the mother's womb. You look at the number 6, look at it. The number 6 is the number of the mother. So it nurtures what 3 is creating in the metrics of that womb. And then look at 9. It is the Father God. This is the number of creation and manifestation. That's what it is. That's how powerful the 369 is. So tomorrow we're going to come live at 2 p.m. on Zoom. Now, this is a gift from someone in the house. Thank you so much. I don't know if I should mention her name. This is a gift from Madam Roberto. So I'm wearing the clothes now. See me wearing the clothes. This is it. Easy to sew that shit from me. Thank you. This is the clothes. Thank you, man. So we'll do that tomorrow at 2 p.m. But we can still take some questions tonight. Yeah. Someone is going to help us with the closing affirmation. If you want to be the one to do the closing affirmation, let me know. Raise your hand and let me know. I'll bring you up. But we can ask. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We can ask questions, some questions before we close the session tonight. So let's take questions. Send your questions to 0808 6000-275, or you can send them in the comment section. 0808 6000-275. 0808 6000-275. 0808 6000-275. 0808 6000-275. Thank you so much, Liz. What if someone sees my journal? Is it possible for someone not to see it? Because nobody has seen my journal, and I have a lot of people around me. Nobody knows what I wrote in my journal. So is it possible that nobody sees it? Number 9 is a transformational number. Don't get me to talk about number. We'll not leave this place this night. Number 9 is a transformational number. Now, let me just give you some things that you need to know and why it is a powerful manifestation number. It is called 18 days manifestation marathon because 18 is also 9, right? And I've been talking about this since December. So when Terrence Howard started speaking about number 9 during his podcast with Joe Rogan, the people in our community already know. The Chaldean priests, who of course are the first generation numerologists, they referred number 9 so much that they did not add it to the numbers in their calculation system. They did not. Now you see, 9 is 6 standing. So 6 is the nurturer, right? 9 is the dominant. That's why you see people that have 9 in their number, as a life path especially, they are They want to dominate every environment. They have a very strong personality. That's why they are easily misunderstood. So they need, most times, it is master number 11 that can relate with the 9 without any insecurity or lack of confidence. Because master number 11 is, the energy is too much. So 9 is the number of completeness. Completeness. In the occult, when they want to finish somebody, the finisher begins the work on day 1 and they finish it on day 9. It is always a 9-night event when they want to finish a person. And when they want to break a spell, they tell you do it for 9 days, beginning from the day that you were born. A lot of people who are my clients, they know this. When something is really strong and we need results, you begin from the day you were born and you run it for 9 nights. That's how powerful number 9 is. Now, when you add 9 to any number, 9 powers that number, because 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 0. So this is why a life path 9, for instance, when you partner with them, it is always a power network. All the people I am networking with powerfully right now, they are life path number 9. All of them are life path. Now, when you multiply 9 by 9, 9 by 9 is 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. Now, 369, what we are talking about, is also 9. And 9 is the number of love. And the most powerful energy in the world is love. So you must manifest from the place of love, not from the place of ego and judgment. The easiest, effortless way to manifest is from the place of love, not from the place of ego. Because 9 is the number of love. Right. That's how powerful the 369 is. 9 is the completeness, is a powerful number. Let's have another question. We can take some questions, maybe for another 5 minutes before we round up the session tonight. We have only 68 people tonight. Why? Where are the other people? Oh, timeline. Let's take more questions, guys. Network. Oh, yeah, she said network. How can one identify their number? Okay, for everybody here, if you don't have my book yet, How to Transform Your Life with Numbers, send a message to 0808. No, we're going to send a copy of the book to the group so you can have it. With the book, you are able to know your numbers. Now, we have rounded up the first phase of this 18 days manifestation mastermind. Oh, Madam Grace said it's internet. Internet has been bouncing up. We're so sorry about that. The session is recorded, so we're going to post it and you're going to have to watch it. From tomorrow, yes, you can get the hard copy of the book. From tomorrow, we are delving into the next topic, which is esoteric and exoteric knowledge. How to use esoteric knowledge to manifest your desires. We're moving there tomorrow. It's going to be hard. Yes, it can be sent. When I say, I don't mean hard in the negative way, but it's going to be deep. Let me say it like that. It's going to be deep. I have never talked about esoteric knowledge the way I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, and based on what I've prepared to share with you. So this is exoteric, yes. Esoteric is this. You already spelled exoteric. We're talking about numerology is esoteric. I am an esoteric teacher. I use esoteric knowledge to help people find meaning, identity, and purpose for them. So we'll begin that from tomorrow. Now, 8 p.m. tomorrow, but I'm going to come live on Zoom at 2 p.m. so we can run through yesterday's exercise and today's exercise. 1 or 2 more questions. Yes, it can be sent to Benin. If you need the hard copy of the book, send the message to 0808-6000-275. I will make sure it is sent to you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining tonight. So those who will be available at 2 p.m. tomorrow, so we can run through the exercises, please make sure you are available. Must one religion, does it have anything to do with the afterlife? Now, I consider this a personal thing, because at the end of the day, we are all not that confident about a lot of things. There is so much to know that we have to keep exploring. So what I say about religion is actually beautiful because you use religion as a tool to power your spirituality. Because now, if you know that you belong to a community of people where it is demanded that you do some things at particular time, it helps you to power your spirituality. So you are there and you know this is why I am doing this, to use this as a tool to power my spirituality. But I like to focus on this current life. Let's focus on this life. If we live this life properly, right, we will not have to worry about the afterlife. Let's just live our best life now, in the now. And let's not be distracted by what's going to happen next. Because that's one of the things that is affecting Africa. We are too focused on, we are not living an authentic now. So let's focus on living our best life now. And the moment we do that, then the afterlife is sure for us. When we say thank you before affirmation, who are we thanking? Because I always add God. Well, I've always said this, that God is a generic term. It's a generic term. Your God should have a name. So the best thing, what I say is thank you. I just say thank you. But if you want to say thank you, God, fine, no problem. You know, we are running a community where everybody is welcome. Nobody is judged based on their belief. Right? Thank you so much, Nick Fisher. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lizzie. All the four square I wrote yesterday, and now I think I need to rewrite them. Should I still follow? I don't understand why you are saying this. Okay. How can one identify their number? Okay, we've answered this question. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Oh, okay. Sammy said that because of today's knowledge, he feels that he needs to put in more effort. I like that. I like that. I love that. I love that. Jemima Pratt. Zainab Kamara. I think I'm seeing more of that on my... Okay. To today's knowledge, I feel... What did this person say? How can one identify their number? I want to make sure. Okay, thank you. Use canva.com. Yes, use canva.com. Can I use a big paper bag, 80 leaves book to construct my own wish vision board and read it every month? I need to be private. Yes, you can use I would prefer that you do something that is a hard copy. But if you really need to protect and preserve, you can now use a journal, right? And stick all those notes in some different pages. Different pages. I don't want it to be virtual. I want it to be something that you can feel physically. So you can get a journal and just stick all those in the journals. You can carry your journal around. It is possible for nobody to see your journal. It's possible. Affirmation is the written word. Declaration is the spoken word. How do you create your sacred place? It's like your altar in your house. Is it okay for family members to see my vision board? If you trust them, if you want to understand the four square better, you have to watch yesterday's video. The link has been sent to the group. Okay, guys, I think we can go now. I need somebody to volunteer to do the closing words of affirmation. Who is going to do that? Raise your hand and then I'm going to add you to, I'm going to send you a request. Kindly raise your hand or I can choose anybody. Someone to do the closing words of affirmation. Thank you, Temilola. We need someone to volunteer to do the closing words of affirmation. Or if you want to do it, you can just send a comment and say, I would like to do the closing, words of affirmation. I think we should be doing this every evening. Affirmation for everyone in the house and yourself. Or should I just pick someone randomly? Who should I pick now? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to pick Madam Grace. Madam Grace, I'm going to put you on the hot seat now. I think she's left. I don't think she's here. Yes. Okay, so let's have Eunice Ibode. Okay, Sammy said he can try. Okay, let's have Sammy. Sammy Moore. Let's have Sammy. Yes. Sammy, I have sent you a request.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sammy.
Yes, sir. Can I start now?
Go ahead, please.
We are so thankful and grateful for the fact that we have gained knowledge from yesterday, which was 24th of May, and we are going to accumulate every more knowledge to the end of this year, 2024.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We are thankful. We are thankful. We are grateful and we are thankful for enlightenment and insight. We are grateful and we are thankful for open doors. We are grateful and we are thankful for strength, for courage, for wisdom, for healing, for transformation, for consciousness. We are thankful and grateful for favor. We are thankful and grateful for miracles, 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 miracles. We are thankful and grateful as we let it be. We let it be. We let our goodness be. We let it be. It is done. We are thankful because it is done. It is done. It is done. It is done. The miracle is done. The lover is here. The money is here. The job is here. The grant is here. The healing is here. The joy, the happiness, the bountifulness, the abundance, the glory, the honor, the strength, everything is here and right now. And we rejoice because we have it. We are thankful. It is sealed in truth, and we are joyful, and we dance for joy, and we are happy. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing night. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m.